What's up, Aquarius? It's your girl Kelly coming straight at you from the Queen Tarot B in Boston. So, for you guys this month, sorry it took me a little while. I wasn't feeling 100%, but I got here. For you guys this month, I have been feeling a lot like you're moving out of this area of emotional and mental turmoil. You're moving out of this area of complexities and being stuck, and you feel like even one victory, small victory, is a big step for you right now. It feels like what you have going on is really heavy and involves a lot of decision making. And Pisces just got this as well, that affects your future. But in this case, it seems really complex. There's a lot of individuals involved. It seems like there's one main person here, and then wait, before I get into that, I do this all the time. This is for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Mercury, Mars, Venus, or wherever this placement may fit. Now, if the story doesn't fit you this month, the story doesn't fit you. So check your moon and your ascending signs to see if they have a message for you instead. It may come in Aquarius energy or partner. So it comes in vice versa. I'm going to say Aquarius to keep from confusing everybody. But just know it can come in your partner's energy. Also, cross watchers, welcome, welcome, welcome. We love cross watchers here. So if you don't understand what cross watching is, please go ahead and drop a comment below, and we'll be glad to help you. With that being said, if you need to get a hold of me, I just opened up my personal readings again after this move. Information is in the box below. Moving on. Like I said, I feel like you're in this King of Swords position where you're just literally slicing and dicing anything that's in your way, and you're just dealing with things head on. That's for some of you. I feel like others of you are feeling like procrastination, which is not something you're used to. You're feeling, with the way the solar system is right now, like a lot of procrastination in your decisions. You're taking time to overthink and rethink decisions. But there's a lot of emotional and mental involvement here. And I always say the two that, are linked the most are the emotional and the mental, because when you think about it, one always affects the other. Your emotional state will always affect your mental state. It'll keep your mind racing. And with your mind racing, it's always going to affect your emotional state, your anxiety level. So the two feel definitely linked in this one. It's affairs of the heart and affairs of the mind. With this, I feel like they're also saying that you're working towards something or someone that's emotionally unavailable, something that's no longer emotionally available to you, or no longer available to you, an opportunity, a person who's not emotionally available to you anymore. It's like you still want to put work toward that, but that person is no longer available. You're wanting to reunite, but the problem is for this lifetime, you've learned what you needed to know from them. And your next step is to move forward. They've made a choice, it appears, and they've made a choice to go with a soulmate. So if some of you are dealing with a twin flame, they've made the choice to go with a soulmate. And those of you who are just, dealing with everyday relationships you're learning from, they've moved on to their next soulmate. They moved on to the next person that is their divine journey, is their next lesson to learn. I feel like it to you, it feels like a third party, but at the same time, to them, it's them moving on, and someone who's a soulmate to them that they need to learn something from. So it's not necessarily, it's kind of messy. Let me explain it like this. I feel like there's an original person, and then there's someone on the side. who they've got a background with or who you have a background with and have, had prior relations with before. So you can't really say that this soulmate behind the other person's back, God, this is messy, is a third party situation. It feels like a couple party situation. Like I said, there are so many people involved here. It looks like there's teenagers to 20s involved here. It looks like there's some younger kids involved here. And there are some of you, they recognize that there's a twin flame bond there. They recognize the bond, but they're not ready for it. They're not ready in this lifetime, and they won't be. This is where they're at in their spiritual journey. It's where they're at. They have not come to that divine feminine or divine masculine energy yet. They have not learned to vibrate higher. And these are things that I think as they progress through this lifetime, they're going to have to learn. And there's a need for you to walk away, but you're not walking away. It's like you're still there. You're kind of spying on them, or they're spying on you while you try to move on. There could be a bit of spying on both sides. But you keep feeling this strong feeling of a need to take action toward this person. Even though this person has moved on with whatever party this is, because there's so many people here. It's like prom night. And I don't know whose energy this is, but there's a need to be in and out with just small apologies and, big actions. So it's like they take big actions, but then they have small apologies toward what they've done. And they're not looking for a new start. They're not looking to walk through that door with you. They're not going to take another chance. They're emotionally unavailable right now because they're doing what they're supposed to do on their life lesson. Yeah, so this person is actively acknowledging this twin flame. They're actively acknowledging it for those of you who are dealing with them, but they're going to stay in confusion about it. They're just not ready this lifetime. They're not going to be. They still have many lessons to learn about how the 3D works, how the 5D works, even just awakening. This person is not ready to awaken. They're happier in ignorance is bliss. And it's like you want to work it out, but this person never really gave back what they got, is what they're saying. They never gave back what they got. It's like they keep their love for themselves, like everyone else around them is a bank account, but they keep their love for themselves. They go inside and they keep it for themselves. So this is male or female. This could be, hold on. I am so glad you guys got to witness that. That was actually my hand fasting candle from my wedding. So you got to see it really go up, and you got to see the amazing effects of hand fasting and how the universe accepts that. That was amazing that this actually happened on camera. I just lit it a short while ago, finally, and appears the universe has accepted it. I am the queen of flame and fire here, aren't I? Triple fire sign? No? Guess that qualifies. But it's like this person has need for money, but keeps that true love for themselves. They love themselves more than they love anyone else involved here. And in that, it causes an imbalance. It causes this person who appeared to be juggling multi-lives here. There's just so many damn people involved. This is like 3, and then I feel like I want to throw in a few more. There's just so much going on there. But they were juggling, and judgment didn't look down too fairly on this, and it looks like they made a decision and got caught. And that cycle is something they're going to stay in. That cycle is something they're not going to move past. They're too busy in this frame of mind. They're hiding behind truths, hiding behind, not wanting to wake up, hiding behind all kinds of things that, should they have been awakened, wouldn't have been a barrier. And they didn't really cut you off in a kind way. It feels like they kind of ghosted you in a way. They just snuck off in the night, left you with all the burdens, and were just like, okay. And here you are with that 6 of Swords again. The energy I talked about in the very beginning, that seemed to be the energy for your reading. Heavy duty emotional and mental stuff. And it's like you're barely escaping these rough waters and, this kind of dreary looking sky, and you're heading for anything that looks better than this. I mean, this is a pretty dreary situation here. It looks like they weren't honest. Any communication with them, very short, very blunt, very to the point. And they're not facing their problems. They're not wanting to face their problems. In fact, they're turning away from you when you're trying to have this 6 of Swords, calming of the seas and the storm in your head, your mind, and your body. They're just turning away from that at this time. But you're having strength. Even though this is a crossroad for you, it's like you're drawing in strength from the divine source. But the problem is that strength that you're using to still kind of fight for this person, and they're emotionally unavailable, Aquarius. They're emotionally unavailable. And they're not going to make an offer. They're just not. So while you're fighting for this victory, they don't want the same victory. They want something totally different right now because they're not awakened. And so they've walked away entirely to something and someone totally different, which is a soulmate for them. They're a lesson. Doesn't necessarily mean it's their forever person, but it sure is a lesson. They're very quiet for you guys tonight. It's like you guys are in this desolate place of quietness, of hermit mode almost, trying to figure out how to move on from this situation. How to say, okay, the situation is, the situation is done. I need to find a way to move on. It's like a quiet desperation. I'm so sorry, guys. Like no more back and forth fighting for this person. You're kind of just in this depressed mode of the King of Swords, and the look on his face, he's very serious and he looks emotional, like he is thinking emotionally about something. and you notice that he carries all the bushes that he's cut. So it's almost like you're carrying all the burdens from this particular association, even if it's just a friendship. And this isn't what you wished for with them. But again, they're off with a soulmate. They're off with somebody who is a lesson for them. And like I said, this spying, you're finally going to turn your back to it. And they are too. So I wouldn't be looking for those boats to be coming in with them anytime soon. It's like right now they have their plate full. They absolutely have their plate full. And they're at the point where they've had so many options that it's like, hold on, they're explaining. They've had so many options that they're content to be in this situation no matter how they reached it. And it's almost